First rupee of support I got was after I won a bronze medal at the 2002 Asian Games. That's the first time I got any grant from, the government or any other authority.
It's a tough sport.
The struggle is real when you're trying to get there. Everyone wants to give you support once you've reached that top level, but when you're trying to come through the ranks, that's when the real support has to be given to the players.
The amount of players that live from this sport, that is the third most global sport, we talked about it earlier, is around 400.
Today I've stepped into the world of white lines and fluorescent courts to uncover the stories of tennis players who have taken the daunting course of their sports head-on, emerging not just as athletes but also an inspiration to all of us.
Us as a middle-class parent, belonging from a middle-class family, it's not that easy to break up into that spectrum. And ranging from training to dietary supplements to tournaments, we have to spend even the little things, the little prize money that we earn just goes on, and we spend it on our daily routine and daily needs.
Good quality shoes, or let's say a good tennis shoe, it costs around like 10 to 12,000 rupees. So that's how expensive it is, and a good racket, it costs around 25,000. So how many people in India can afford to buy a racket or buy shoes?
I mean, you need to have a good 60-70 lakhs of funding for you. And coaching is one part of it. The more expensive part is the traveling, because you have to travel.
Lovely shot. Controlled aggression by Sumit Nagal.
That's Sumit Nagal, India's top tennis player, who recently mentioned how he had barely enough to make his ends meet. After this, he got a sponsorship boost. But that's not the story of many players.
To be very honest, Sumit Nagal, what he has been going through is something that all of the players worldwide have been going through, and it's nothing new. And in India, it is relatively tougher to break it.
क्वार्टर जीता, सेमी आया, सेमी में मेरे पास 1 रुपये भी नहीं थे, तो मेरे को होटल वाले ने भी निकाल दिया था होटल से. कोई बात नहीं, तो भी लास्ट मेरे पास 12 रुपये बचे हुए थे. मेरे फादर का इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का बिजनेस है, तो रिपेयरिंग सेंटर से लेके जितने भी डीजे सिस्टम है उसके, तो उतने स्ट्रॉन्ग फैमिली नहीं है. जब आपको जीतने का जुनून रहता है ना, तो फिर चीज़ें नहीं दिखती. एक तरीके से बोल लिए तो तपस्या है. बिना तपस्या का तो कुछ भी नहीं मिलता. कि कोच मेरे को आए रतन शर्मा सर, और मेरे को देखे कि उन्होंने भी बोला कि सिद्धार्थ कोचिंग स्टॉप करो और वापस से टेनिस खेलना शुरू करो. और मैं विद इन 1 ईयर के अंदर मैं 2000 रैंक से मैं 850 आ गया.
I have 2 brothers, and my oldest brother, he's mentally retarded, so he has cerebral palsy, and my dad has put him in an institution, and he has to pay money regularly, monthly, for them to take care of him, because it's very difficult for us to take care of him. So all that it also runs in my head, my dad is spending so much for other things as well. It's not right on my part to burden him too much. And then I decided, okay, I'll at least take up a job in Chennai, so that I have some kind of security, because I can't keep playing and losing money. So that's the reason I took up the job. I travel to all those tournaments by myself, and still I'm able to only maximum break even, or I lose money. I can make little bit of money only if I win the tournament, just by training in India. So that's how bad it is. In other countries, they do get the sponsors, but here in India, there's nothing we can do about it.
क्योंकि यहाँ पे स्पॉन्सर है नहीं हमारे यहाँ, और सारा स्पॉन्सर तो क्रिकेट में, तो इसलिए इतना टेनिस को प्रायोरिटी नहीं मिलती है.
Only 400 players make a living out of the sport, so that tells how competitive the sport is. So, and I feel the Europeans are way ahead of us, especially in all the aspects. They have really good players, they have the right system, and that's what I feel is lacking here.
What we need to do is have a change in our strategy, where instead of supporting a few tennis players or a few athletes. We need to support the sport. And the way to do that is by bringing in more and more international tournaments into India. You can do the $15,000, $25,000, $40,000, $50,000 tournaments in India, and do more of them so that more and more Indians get exposure playing in that tournament.
Despite the odds, the players are determined to make it.
जोकोविच वहाँ पे बम गिर रहा था तो वो स्विमिंग पूल में छुपा हुआ था, तो वो कितना स्ट्रांग होगा तो सबका स्ट्रगल होता है.
Once you have picked up a tennis racket, I feel at whatever stage it's difficult to, because you have the passion for the sport.
The aim that I've had since I started playing tennis was to represent India at the Wimbledon. And the last goal that I have is to win Wimbledon one day in the singles, because for me that's the mecca of tennis.